Like, I got a check from Venus Williams from 2000.
Yeah.
I'm in the union now. She's like, Ty, bye. She almost hung up on me. Girl.
Now hip and cool.
Hip and cool. People with flip-flops are walking their dog. I created a show called Glam Crashers. Gives artists their flowers. If you put in the wrong place, now you're looking like you sad all day and you ain't even sad. How can you get your best natural face in 5 steps? 5 steps to flawless. I failed. What's your plan B? I was asking God, if I don't get this place, I'll go back to Houston. And you about to cry?
I am. I'm sorry. I'm struggling hard.
Now I'm a mother.
Yeah.
But I'm still the same, like, hustler.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm a mother. He would be on shoots with me inside this little thing. I was so mad when he started walking because now I couldn't control him on set. Because now he's running all over the set. So he's been to many clients' house with me.
Yeah.
Because if I couldn't find a sitter, I still had to go to work. Still had to do, at the time, I think when he was like maybe 4, I was working at Barney's. I had got a job at Barney's at the YSL counter.
Yeah. So badass.
I loved working at Barney's. But
I also just love YSL. So I'm like, yes.
I love YSL. I loved working at Barney's. I loved the whole, like, just being in LA. Like, I never, of all the ups and downs that I've had, because I've had plenty of downs in my career. So, I'm not, I know my story seems like it's always been upward and all that, but it's the moments of like, should I move back to Houston?
When were those moments? I would love to hear some of those.
The moments were like after the styling thing stopped.
Yeah.
Because my whole thing was, if I was going to work a regular job, I can go back home.
Got it.
Why would I be out here and not be doing the fabulous things that I came out here to do? If I want to just get a job at the mall, baby, I can work at the mall back home. Mm-hmm. It's much cheaper. You know what I'm saying? So like, I never really wanted to go back, but if I couldn't survive comfortably, then I would have gone back. Those moments before I got the job at Barney's, there was only one time my son and I had left his father. We broke up, and so he was like 2.5. And then he was turning 3, and I remember that was like the time, that was like one of my lows. Mm-hmm. I didn't have a good job. I wasn't working as much. I think I was working at Bloomingdale's. They had cut my hours. So I was like behind in rent, and the landlady liked me, so she was like, I'm gonna let you can pay partial each month. She was letting me pay partial. I was paying partial, and then she left, and there was new management. And they're like, we need all this that you owe. And I was like, I don't have it. So I ended up having to stay with a girl who I had just met at Bloomingdale's. Like, it was a friend of somebody else that like, she had like a roommate who just moved out. So I stayed with her for a little bit.
And you had a 2.5-year-old at this time.
Mm-hmm. So we slept on her couch until the girl was completely gone. I was like looking for a job. I started working at Kitson. Remember Kitson?
I do. Which was also very like bougie.
Bougie.
Right?
So,
Yeah.
I always had manager experience because I was a manager at Mac. I was a manager, prescriptive. So I remember getting a job at Kitson. It was the It store at the time.
Yep.
So I was in there. Celebrities were coming in there, and I was running the store, the one on Beverly Drive.
Yep. I know exactly what you're talking about.
I was running that store. The owner, he had me training people to work there. So I remember like getting that store. That store was like that was like my transition job.
Yeah.
And so while I'm working there, someone told me that Barney's was hiring.
Okay.
And they paid more than the Kitson job. So I remember getting the job at Barney's, and that's where I was. And then I was still kind of thinking I was going back to Houston because like it wasn't adding up quick enough for me to like want to stay.
Yeah.
And so I was praying. I'm like, the only way I will stay is if I can maybe like get one of those apartment management jobs where I can live in an apartment.
Yeah.
And like either pay partial rent or live rent free.
Yeah.
So I was like speaking that all day. So I started applying for those.
Yeah.
With my management experience. And then somebody called me and was like, hi. I was at work. She called me at work. I had put my work number down as like a contact number.
Yeah.
And she's like, hi, Ty, I'm calling from Statewide and I'm Enterprises. And I was wondering, did you want to take a look at the building that we have maybe for you? And she's like, we want you to check it out first to see if you would live there. Because at this time, I didn't care where the building was. I needed a place to live.
Yeah.
So she was like, it's in Koreatown. Do you know where that is? I was like, no, I don't. Because I'm not from here. Yeah. So she was like, well, she gave me the address. She said, drive by there. Mm-hmm. Let me know your thoughts, And in my mind, I'm like, again, I don't care where it is. Okay. Mm-hmm. Long as it's not dirty,
mm-hmm.
I'm going to be okay. So I drove by it at night, which I shouldn't have.
Oh, no.
I was like,
was it bad? Was Koreatown
bad? It was an area of Koreatown that wasn't the best.
Got it. It's changed. Everything's evolved in LA too.
everything has evolved. Like it's places that I probably wouldn't even thought about that they're,
now hip and cool.
Hip and cool. People with flip-flops are walking their dog.
So true. They're tiny little dogs too, little pup balls.
Starbucks on the corner. Oh, wow. When I was on the bus, this was scary.
Yeah.
Now it's like a little, cute little place to live. I do remember going to see it at night and I shouldn't have. So I waited the next day I saw it. It was like a little, like one of those old looking kind of brick buildings, exposed brick inside.
Yeah.
The little black and white checkered kitchen tile floor.
The brick is so rare for California, I feel like.
But a lot of buildings have that like East Coast, like trying to be. So that's how that building looked. It was a 1-bedroom.
Okay. So
I was like, what do I have to pay? She said, oh, your rent is free. I was like, So, I mean, I'm very I'm very spiritual. So I was asking God, like, if I don't get this place, I'll go back to Houston.
Yeah.
God was like, you're staying. So I got the place, moved in, and you about to cry?
I am. I'm sorry. I'm struggling hard. I'm really struggling hard.
You know what I'm saying? I'm struggling.
I'm like, I'm like, don't cry, don't cry.
That made me laugh.
Because I'm also like, this is not your story. Stop crying. Like, but no, like, I think there's this element of like, I think everyone can relate. Suck it up, Danielle. I think everyone can relate when you're at that pivotal point. And correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not trying to project onto you my feelings of anything, but like when you're really at rock bottom, going, I need a sign. Give me a sign. Yes. I feel like that moment when you get that relief of like, oh, thank you. Like it's just the most like. Tell me if that's how you felt. Like the most freeing, but also the most just like, okay.
That's how I felt.
I'm doing the right thing.
I was ready to go.
And you had a 2.5-year-old. Like add that to it, I think is also what's like, makes me also go like, oh, I went through those hard moments and never once was like, I also have to keep a child alive.
Yes.
Like, I don't think I would have been as strong as you to be like, I'm going to tough this out. I would have been the first person to be like, get me on the plane. I'm going back home. Mom, help.
And that's the thing. I really didn't want to go back.
Like, I know, like, I
believe there was more for me. And I was like, I just needed a sign.
Yeah.
And the only reason I kept saying, if I stay, I have to live rent free.
Yeah.
So when she said the rent was free, at that time didn't care what the place looked like.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I'm sold. And it was like a 10-unit building.
Yeah.
I got in there, 1-bedroom. I gave my son the room.
So sorry, girl.
I slept on, girl, because you're going to make me cry. I'm trying to get through this interview holding a little face intact.
Sorry.
Okay? Friend, okay? I'm trying not to be sad.
It's such a beautiful story. It's really not
Thank
sad.
you.
It really is a beautiful
I know. I mean,
story.
and what it is too, I think people sometimes don't think when you do get to those moments and you do ask for a sign, and if you get it, it's like you really know your purpose.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you think it's just you.
Yeah.
It's like, no, baby, it's not you. It's you're supposed to be here.
Yep.
So maybe you haven't even met who you're supposed to touch yet.
Mm-hmm.
So stay put.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like whatever's unfolding for you, God knows that. And he's like, So yeah, no, you're going to have to stay.
Because I'm assuming too at that time, was there a moment where you were like, what the hell am I doing? Why did I come to LA? Why I have a child? Like this marriage, it didn't work. Like this relationship didn't work. It's ended. Like I'm sure you were questioning every life decision at that moment. Were you?
I was just wondering. I was wondering what my next move was.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I wasn't styling anymore. I didn't want to just be working a regular job. I'm like, I know I came out here to do something.
Yeah.
And, at this time, like, I'm just like seeing people that I used to style on TV again, busy again. And I'm like, I'm at Barney's. And I remember I think it was one of my clients came in there. I think I was hiding. I went to the back. I didn't want them to see me. I went through that whole I guess it's like.
No, I knew.
I failed. Mm-hmm. Because I was this big time stylist, and now I'm working retail again.
Yeah.
So I kind of I saw him come in the door. I was like, and I'm gonna take my lunch right now. I'll be back. I'm gonna go because I don't want the person to see me and be like, oh, you work here? You know what I mean? I don't want that moment. So I kind of went and hid, and I said, I can't do this. I don't want to do this. And so I got the apartment. Yeah. My son and I moved in. Mm-hmm. I gave him the room. I slept on the couch. And
oh my gosh, you slept on the couch and he was in the room. Wow.
Mm-hmm. I got him. He was at this time. He was maybe about to be 4.
Okay.
He was in the room. I slept on the couch. Mm-hmm. I made his. I had his room set up. I didn't need much.
Yeah.
I've never needed much. It's always been about my son, making sure he was good.
Yeah.
So I never needed much. As long as he was comfortable and, you know, he had a like good childhood, good life, I was happy. At that time, I was working at Barney's. I got the phone call from one of my good friends who we're still friends to this day. And she's the mother of my goddaughter. She was like, "Hey girl, are you still doing makeup and styling and stuff?" I was like, "Yeah, what's going on?"
Yeah.
She was like, "Well, Vivica needs a, you know, makeup artist."
Vivica A. Fox?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
So
Okay, continue. Sorry.
and I was like, "Okay." I was like, she's like, you know, because now this is a girl that I met working at Macy's
Yeah.
on Woodman.
Yeah.
And so we were friends. So she called me and asked me to meet Vivica. So Vivica wanted to meet me and do like a test. And she's like, "Oh, but can you do hair too?" I said, "I mean, my own." She was like, "She wants both." And one, I was like, "Oh," I said, "Well, girl, she ain't gonna want me then because I don't do." So I was honest. She was like, "Do you do hair and makeup?" I said, "Well, I know how to do hair, but I'm not a hairstylist, you know?" So she was thankful for my honesty. But, you know, I ended up working with her. So I did her makeup. She loved it.
Yeah.
And then she was ready to like immediately book me.
She knew.
She
like,
knew.
yes.
She was like, "So what are you doing 2 weeks? We're going to go to Jamaica. I have a blah, 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 blah." I'm like, "Oh, okay." So immediately after meeting Vivica, we started working together.
Wow.
So I gave Barney's my notice. And I was working with Vivica Fox. And that was like the kickoff to my freelance career.
And was that just makeup or were you styling her too?
Just makeup. But anytime I tell any client of mine that I used to be a stylist, now they're like, "So Tai, what do you think? Should I do these pants or should I do this shirt with this?" Because so now I'm doing like, you know, I double duty, but you know, I could do it. You know what I mean? Because I know what I want to see.
Yeah.
And getting to know her style, I would help her like put it together. But she has a good style. So I would always like make sure that, you know, "Oh yeah, that does work. Oh, that shoe's better."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That type of thing. So
she valued your opinion.
She valued my opinion.
You are good at, style.
Yeah, I know style.
Yeah.
I was now doing her hair and her makeup. So I was like
You were doing her hair too?
I did her hair sometime. Like I'll do like, you know, certain styles, but I didn't know sometimes she'd have her hairstyles. But when we would travel, it would be like, you know, of course, cheaper to just to take me.
Of course.
Because why would you want to take the one-stop shop? Take me with you, you know? So I was doing that. So most of my clients who knew about my background, they're like, "Oh, girl, I'll just hire you.
Yeah. Just come.
I'll give you all the money. I'll give you the stylist money, the hair money, and the makeup money. So just take it all." So, you know, that was kind of like my thing. So yeah, I worked with her. And then while working with her, she got a TV show. So we started working on a TV show together. And then
was that your first time doing makeup on set?
Yeah.
No, because you had done the show. You had done, that was styling.
Oh, yeah, I was doing
was
styling.
Was this the first time you did makeup on set then?
My first time doing makeup on set.
Oh, wow.
Because with Vivica, we were traveling a lot. She was doing all kind of stuff. So I was never like in anywhere.
Yeah.
Even when she did movies, we would just come in for those 2-3 days, do her part, and be in her little personal trailer. I would go to set with her, and then we would go. I wouldn't even know what the movie was called sometimes because I'm just there for her.
Yeah.
She's there. She has her sides. She has her script and all that. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
And I see people on set doing what I do now.
Yeah.
But I didn't know anything about it because I would be in either her trailer waiting on her to come back or off to the side. So I didn't know anything about TV makeup. So we got this show. It was called Mr. Box Office.
Okay.
And it was like her, Bill Bellamy, some comedian, Tim Meadows.
Okay.
Some comedian. So yeah, we were just on that show, and she did a couple of seasons of that show.
Wow.
It was really funny. And so I remember working on that show, and then she just kept getting busy. They did like Independence Day 2, and she had all kind of movie offers and all kind of things. And I kept wondering, "Well, are you gonna do Kill Bill again?" Like she was like, I want to be like when the daughter grows up and comes and finds me, you know?
Yeah.
And so she was like, "I would love to do it." So we're thinking that she's about to do all these different things. So whatever project she had, I was on. I was traveling with her she did Sharknado. So I met like Ian Ziering and, you know, Tara Reid. And we were all in Romania working together on Sharknado.
Oh, that had to have been fun though.
So it was cold, but it was fun.
Oh geez, wrong time of year.
But yes, wrong time of year. But it was it was a good run working with her. And then also at the time I was working with Queen Latifah, Jeannie Mai, all kind of different people. Like just...
You've worked with such amazing people, but it makes sense because I think you're amazing.
Thank you.
And an amazing person, and they're lucky to have you. And so I'm grateful to hear you've worked with people that I think are amazing as well.
Yeah, I mean,
Makes sense.
and I remember my time to get into the union was.
I was going to say this, yes. Your transition into doing.
Yeah, I wasn't out at. Look, Vivica had me in Jamaica. She had me in, you know, everywhere, Brazil. Why would I want to be in the union?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I remember I did a TV show, but it was on Magic Johnson had a network.
Okay.
And it was on Aspire. why can't I think of the name of the show? But anyway, it was 4 women on the show.
Okay.
It was like Melinda Williams, the actress that I met when I met Gabrielle Union, Issa Rae, Renee Seiler. We were all on this show. Issa and I had done her makeup a couple of times on that show. So she called me one day. I was packing for Jamaica with Vivica. She's like,
Talk
Tai,
about what a life.
she was like, Tai, are you in the union? I said, what? Are you in the union? I said, girl, what is that? The makeup union. I said, no, I'm not in the makeup union. I just do makeup. She was like, oh. I said, why? Because I'm doing this pilot with HBO and they want me to bring a makeup artist on, but they have to be in a union. And I said, girl, well, what is that?
Yeah.
You know, I was like, what? I don't even understand what that means. Because, you know, if you're not.
No.
I went from Barney's to Vivica's house. A union? What is a union? What? They have a place that you be a member of to work. Yeah. So anyway, I'm like, no, girl. She said, well, I'm going to give you a number anyway. They're going to call you. So just give them whatever they need to make sure you get the job. Because I want you to do my makeup on the show. I said, okay, girl, let me know. Yeah. So some guy from HBO calls me and he's like, do you have a license to do makeup? I said, no. I said, I'm not a hairstylist. I don't have a license. He was like, okay, well, do you have any certifications or whatever to say that you could do makeup on TV? I said, no. I said, I've worked on TV before, though. I have a resume. He's like, okay, well, just send me a resume. Like, he was irritated with me because I didn't have nothing he was asking for. Yeah. And so I was like, okay, send him a resume. So he saw that I had worked on all these shows with all these people and done all this stuff. And then he was like, yeah, you need to be in the union. And so I said, Issa, I sent him what I had. And he's like, no. And so I go to Jamaica with Vivica and keep working with her for a couple more years. And then, of course, Issa has this hit show, Insecure. So that was that moment. Yeah. And I remember like 2 years in.
So that was the show.
That was the show. So then when I came back from traveling with Viv, and then she ended up getting a show with Dr. Phil, his network. She got a show called Face the Truth. And it was like talk show. It was like a panel of women, a lawyer, Vivica, like different hosts. Yeah. A doctor, somebody else. And they were like, you know, interviewing women and people who had been like scammed. It was a whole, it was a really good show. Wow. And it was called Face the Truth. And I remember we had to be in the union to work on that show. Okay. Because it was a union, it was a television show. And so here, me and my hairstylist girlfriend at the time, we were like, well, we have all these, you know, things that we've done over the years. And they're like, well, just turn in what you have and then you can get in. So we turned in what we had, you know, over the years, because I worked with other people other than Vivica, but like turned in like things from different shows I worked on.
Like hours, like proving you had worked on these jobs.
Proving that you had worked on these jobs. So you needed all that.
Was that a lot of paperwork you had to do then
too? A lot
of
paperwork. I had to go find old check stubs, old W-2s. I wouldn't even found a check. Venus wrote me. I was like, I got a check from Venus Williams from 2000 and I work with her on this TV show for MTV. Like, you know, so I'm finding all this stuff and I'm like, you know, give the lady this big envelope of like wrinkly papers. Yeah. And hoping she takes it, and she took it, and then it took forever for them to decide to get me in or not. So they finally approved me after all that, plus the little, you know, the fact that I needed to be in the union to work on this show. So it kind of pushed it along quicker. Yeah. And then I was in. Wow. So once I got in, then I started to like really understand what it was about. Yeah. Then for me, my son was older now. So like that meant more stability, you know, insurance, not traveling so much, you know, having to be here because he's older. Yeah. So, you know, kind of started to like calm me down in a sense of now I can work on things that are, you know, union. Yeah. So more shows. So I started just working like a lot of union jobs.
Did you know from this point, now once you were part of the union, were like, I wish I had done this years ago? Like, was it something that you were like, oh, or you were so happy to be a part of? Or were you just like, oh, this is my next chapter. I'm happy about the health insurance, my child. Like,
I have a child. Yeah. So I was more happy about the stability of the union and the different things I can now work on. And then I remember calling Issa, girl, guess what? I'm in the union now. She's like, Tai, bye. She almost hung up on me. Girl, 3 years later, bye. Show already in this 5th season. She's like, I don't need you no more. But that was funny though, because she was the only person who ever asked me about it. So I was like, let me call her and tell her I'm in now. She's like, about time.
So she's basically the reason why you did then, in a sense.
Well, she's the first person that brought it to my attention. Because I didn't know. You know, I'm just traveling with people, doing this, doing that. You know what I mean? I wasn't thinking about union. Yeah. I didn't think about me actually working on a movie with production team and all that. I always came in with a celebrity, so I felt like that was like the way to go. Yeah. If you come with a celebrity, you're their personal.
You're the personal. Yeah.
And so even on the movie credits, they'll put such and such personal. It's not like a union thing. And I have some friends of mine who are artists who don't want to be in the union. Yeah. They just turn down stuff. They're like, yeah, like, you know, I don't want to do it. I don't want to be in it because it's a little restricting, you know.
In what way?
If you are on a show, like say I'm on the show and then like one of my clients that I work with outside the show books a movie and they can't take me because I'm on the show. I can't leave the show that I'm on.
You're tied down.
For that show. If you have multiple clients, multiple different actresses and, you know, musicians, when people need you, you can't go because you're on the show with this particular person at this particular time. So I just remember like thinking, you know, this is what I need right now because my son's getting older. I need to be home. Yeah. Got into the union, paid my dues, and immediately start like just freelancing.
Yeah.
I worked on like Ballers, Dear White People, just different movies, the show called 20s, like just different things.
Yeah.
And now I saw that it was a different, you know, of course, pay different. And now I have insurance and now I have all these different things. But it, you know, it felt good. I'm on IMDb. You know what I mean? So I'm like, okay, you know what I mean? Like I see what the plus side was of getting into the union.
Yeah.
And then like once COVID hit, I was working, when I was freelancing with Vivica, I was also working on the news, MSNBC.
Oh, yeah.
It was like my part-time because it was only like a couple hours a morning because I worked with two news ladies, Julia Borston and Jane Wells, and they would be like there at the crack of dawn, like 5 a.m.
I was going to say, those are early. News shows are early.
Very early. And it was a money channel. Yeah. So, of course, she had to be up with New York.
Okay.
So I would be there sometimes 3 a.m., 4 a.m.
Jeez.
Which was fine because I get up while my kid is still asleep, go do makeup and come back home.
Yeah.
Or go do makeup and then come back home and then go do something with Vivica. So I still had my days. So I was at the news for like 5 years.
Wow.
So while I was at the news, I was also working with Vivica and all the other people. But
you were juggling. I mean,
I was juggling.
Essentially working two jobs.
Yes, I was. And then I didn't need to be union to work at the news.
Okay.
And so in 2019, when COVID hit, 2020, because I was 2020, I remember I was at the news. My last day at the news was like March 16th, 2020.
Yeah.
So I remember before we ended up like stopped going to the studios, Universal, I told Julia how to do her makeup. I was like, okay, this is how you do your makeup. And so I told her with 5 brushes. Eventually I came out with my own brushes, but I told her how to do her makeup. This is how I do your makeup every day.
Yeah.
And I told her how to do the makeup every day. I told her she would need these brushes to do her makeup every day. So she started doing her own makeup every day. 2020, I just kind of like sat with that idea.
Yeah.
And created the brush line that I have now. So it's called like 5 Steps to Flawless. Yes.
And they're so soft.
Vegan, cruelty-free.
When they're vegan, what are they made of?
Just like synthetic fibers.
They're so soft.
Because, you know, back in the day, they used to use...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like animal hair. I mean, brushes were soft, but, you know, we don't have to shave any bellies to get the hair, you know? So
that's where it came from. It was the pandemic, basically.
The pandemic go-to.
Wow.
Yeah, how can you get your best natural face in 5 steps?
It's so brilliant. And it takes the intimidation away from putting makeup on. Because I think so many people, I mean, TikTok has made how many videos about people doing makeup. And it's overwhelming because every video on social media is like 20 products, 18 million things. I'm overwhelmed by it. And I'm just like. Oh,
absolutely.
Like, it's so nice. Like, you could.
5 steps. And the brushes come with instructions. Oh. So not only do you have the 5 brushes, is a number for each step and what you do with that brush for each step. So like anybody could do it if you don't even know how to do it.
That's so nice.
So
I didn't realize it came with the steps too.
Oh yeah, it comes with instructions. It comes with a little cleansing pad.
For the brushes.
For the brushes, So you can wash them when you need to wash them because people, please wash your brushes. Come with a cleansing pad and then the instructions. And then if you either own makeup already, it'll help you understand what the makeup is for. Because when I worked at the makeup counter, what I realized is when you sell people makeup at the makeup counter, women will come in and buy everything you put on them.
Yeah.
And then get home and be like, what do I do?
Oh my gosh, that was me.
You buy it all because you looked great at the store, honey. You were fabulous at the store. You're like, oh my God, thank you so much. Bag full, you spend all this money and you get home and you just dump it out and then you're looking like, wait, was this for my eyes?
Yes.
Or did she put that on my cheeks?
I still do that time.
Did this go on my lips? Wait, I got 2 of these? What do I need 2 of these? Like this has been like most of my life, women have had this dilemma. Like,
yes.
And they'll buy everything the artist uses. We use so much stuff on you guys when we do makeup on people. So you don't even need all that we use.
Yeah.
You just need a basic amount of things. Every person needs, and this is my thing too. you don't always have to have makeup on. Because I run into girls who are like, I'm not a makeup wearer. I don't need your brushes. I don't need any makeup. That's cool. But if you ever need to do it, you should know how.
Correct.
You don't have to wear makeup. Listen, I don't wear makeup on my off days. I'm the most natural, plain faced, no makeup girly all the time. Yeah. But when I have to put it on, I know how. And I think that everyone should have that skill. So when it's time, whether you're going to a wedding or your husband is invited to a banquet or you have to just want to show up a little face for school volunteering. You don't want to look like you just woke up. You just want to like put a little something on to say, I'm alive. You not know how to do it. You know, so the brushes were created with that idea of just knowing how to do a basic face. And the things you need at least 2 concealers, a powder, a bronzer or blush, mascara, and like, you know, eyebrow color. That's it. You could do chapstick, a lip balm, tinted lip balm, but it should be very simple just to kind of even yourself out and just give yourself a nice, clean, natural look. So that's why, you know, I created it so someone at home, if they needed a makeup artist and they could not get one, they can still follow steps to kind of do what they need to do for themselves. So
it's just so smart, and it's so nice that that's where it stemmed from. And I wish it existed. I was that girl. I was 100% that girl who went and Mac did my makeup, and I bought every single product. And then I got home and I was like so intimidated and didn't know how to do it, and would just be like, and I don't even think maybe YouTube videos existed, but there was no like, who do I call to figure out how to make this work?
Most people do that though. Like, I mean, I've sold people makeup and then I'm like, no, and we used to make these face charts.
I remember a face chart.
And we're like, okay, take this home. You write the little notes. Yeah. But even that still.
It's intimidating.
Because it's like scribbled. And now you're like, but wait, did she do this first?
And it doesn't look the same.
No, oh no.
Like that's the other thing too, is it is an art. Like, it's not like, oh, it's just these products and this person just puts them on, and because the products are so amazing, it makes me look amazing. Like, there is a technique. Like, even blush. I mean, there are so many different places you can put blush.
I mean,
here.
Listen.
Here.
And if you put it in the wrong place, now you're looking like you sad all day and you ain't even sad.
Yes.
Like, why your blush way down there? Are you okay?
Yeah.
You know, so it's like, you know, even the smallest thing, even filling the eyebrow in a little bit.
Oh my God.
Just a little bit.
I know. I've done
You don't need to have too much or too little, but just a little something.
Yep.
I mean, and they have things like tinted moisturizer now just to kind of even your complexion out. I mean, it's really, really simple. And most people need a little color correction. That's why I said 2 concealers. Because if you have 2 concealers, one kind of like the same tone. Okay. And one a little bit lighter. You can kind of brighten up a little bit.
So you want to go one a little bit lighter than the other. That's interesting, the 2 concealers. It is, I mean, you do realize.
Because you mix. I'm a mixer, so most people aren't like one, you know, tone. Yeah. There's a lot of like elements to the face, a lot of layers of color.
That I wouldn't be able to do. I mean, I wouldn't be able to know what to mix together. I would need somebody to tell me.
Well, that's why too, because it's rare that you can put, some people have like, you know, veins they have to cover or splotches or, you know, redness so they have to maybe even color correct first. Whether it be like an orange or a green or
and
a
that's
purple.
Like concealer? Would that be like concealer? Okay.
So sometimes if you get a darker color and then maybe like a brighter color, you can kind of mix them and kind of play with it to where it then becomes your color.
Got it.
You know, like, so it's almost like you're like creating like a special color for your face, because it's rare you can go buy a product and it's the exact. Yeah. I've seen commercials online where they'll have like the person's face and they'll take the color and they'll dip it and they'll go, and it's like, oh my God, this matches so perfectly. That works for about 1 out of every 5 people. Yeah. Most people are like so different, so many colors under their skin. Like you can't really do that with everybody. So once you learn like your highs and lows, you'll be okay. Then that's what the 5 steps teaches you.
It sounds like it just makes it so much simpler to understand, and which is
because
beautiful.
Once you get your 5 steps done and your face is natural and like clean, then you can build up. Then you can try to have fun. Now I want to do smoky eye. Now I want to do, because now you have your basics. Yeah. And then you start playing. Once you have your basics down, you can start playing. That's the fun part about makeup.
That's really, it's a beautiful, and to have the brushes and their, you know, and what they stand for, and giving
5
the
steps
tools.
to flawless. Yeah, give them the
5,
tools.
say that again for me.
5 steps to flawless.
Yes. So good. So that was a pandemic. You came up with this. You're like, this is what I'm going to do, because that is just who you are. You're like, oh, the world has stopped. I'm not stopping.
Right. I'm not stopping. And I'm like, women have to do their makeup at home now because
Zooms,
I'm out of a job.
And everything's a Zoom. Oh, so you were like,
Because listen, when that thing hit, I'm like, no one will want anyone in their face ever again.
I didn't even, oh my God, duh. Like, of course.
Because now we're wearing masks to the store.
Yeah.
We're washing off our groceries.
Were you scared? I mean, obviously not just beyond the pandemic.
Yes.
Were you like, where's my job? What do I do?
Because I'm like, I don't think people are going to want me in their face ever. Because, you know, as a makeup artist, I'm like this. I'm in your face.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
We're talking. Like, this is this.
Oh, yeah.
Close. Like, you know, so if people are scared to even breathe the same air, how could I be in someone's face ever again?
Yep.
How could women go to the makeup counter ever again? So I wrote a book during that pandemic called Glamdemic.
Yes, I have heard of this. And what was the book about? Was it also about doing your own makeup?
The book was about doing your own makeup. Now how to shop for makeup now that we have the pandemic. Now how to be more sanitary. Because now when you go, people aren't able to like maybe swatch on you anymore. So like it was just how to wear makeup under the mask. Like, you know, how you just, it was all the things that you needed to know about surviving the pandemic.
Oh my God, Ty, this is amazing though, because like how many people were breaking out because they were putting makeup on under the mask, or then they'd have a makeup line or the makeup, like, you know, would.
Yes.
Like you were teaching us all the things we needed to survive the pandemic. And you're right, like, but also just even cleaning brushes. Like you were probably like how to sanitize everything.
How to sanitize everything. Because, you know, I'm thinking people aren't getting makeup done anymore.
No.
Now that's a thing. Because listen, if it was as bad as it was seeming, it's like, oh, I will never do makeup again. I started pivoting. I started figuring out my next move. I was like, the brushes. I'm like, okay, the book. And then I even started taking like body contouring classes because I was gonna start doing like non-invasive lipo.
What is that?
It's like body contouring with like this machine, like the infrared.
Is it like, oh, infrared. I was like, because I think cool sculpting I've heard of.
Cool sculpt, like those type of things.
Yeah.
I was learning that type of stuff.
Oh my gosh.
Because I'm like, if I can't do makeup anymore, people still want to have a flat tummy.
You're like, they're never going to give up on that.
They're never going to give up on that. It's going to always be somebody who want a flat stomach, you know, or a little bit off the love handles or whatever. So I would start learning how to do that. Wow. I took a class in Atlanta and I went out there, learned it, and came back. I was certified to start teaching and start doing it, actually.
So could you still do it now?
I could. I gave my equipment to this young girl who was trying to get into it. And I just gave her all my equipment that I bought. The table, everything.
You're like, go for it.
Go for it, girl. Live your dream.
And it's beautiful. That actually might be her moment where she's like, I need a sign. And you were her moment.
And she couldn't afford the equipment. And here I am giving her the equipment.
Yep.
Some girl I met off IG who did my hair one time.
Yeah.
And she just was telling me about her dream. So I gave that to her. And then we were back at work. Well, I got the job on Grey's during the pandemic.
Because I was going to say, you hadn't mentioned Grey's yet. So it wasn't until the pandemic that then you booked Grey's.
I was at home. It was 2020. Talked to someone at Namie's in Burbank about getting my brushes in the store. I got my brushes inside of Namie's.
Congrats.
And then, thank you so much. I was working on my body contour and stuff.
Yeah.
Thinking that was my new move.
Yeah.
And then Ani called me. She's the department head at Grey's Anatomy Makeup. And so she called me and was like, hey, I was wondering if you'd like to work with us on Grey's Anatomy. You came highly, you know, referred. I don't know to this day who referred me.
You don't know who it was? That was going to be my next question.
I have no idea.
How did, really?
She just called me. And I think I asked her one time and she was like, oh, I just found your name in the book. Girl, it's a million makeup artists in that book. Because we have a union book with all of our names in it. Yeah. So I'm like, you just stopped on the T. You just thought about me. Girl, you don't even know me. Yeah. So she called me and she had Dory on the phone who was her key. And they were kind of talked to me on the phone. And she said, well, we want someone permanent because of COVID. We don't want you going to different places. Are you okay with that? And I was just like, yeah. Yeah. So she was like, okay, well, we start up, you know, and she told me when they started up. And then she told me it was going to be season 17. So I go in my room and watch.
No. All 16 seasons?
No.
Okay.
I think I started watching at like 13.
Okay.
Because I wanted to be caught up with who are we working with now. So I go watch from 13 to like 16 or 12 to 16 or something like that.
Yeah.
To catch up. And then I go in and then I start working. And I've been there ever since. And the thing with getting on the show, changing how I do other people, I would get calls from different clients. Hey, Ty, I'm going to such and such. Can you come do me? I'm like, oh, I work on the show now.
Sorry.
I had to like tell people no, like for months.
Because
once the world opened back up, people started wanting makeup again. It's like, oh, okay, Tai, so I need you for this day. I'm like, I can't do it. I'm on a show now.
Yeah.
And it just changed my whole career because it went from being available to be a personal to I'm on a show now. And the show is like, full time, 5 days a week, 12-hour days sometimes, 14-hour days. So I didn't have time to like go and squeeze somebody in. I did lose a lot of clients, but I have makeup artists that I refer all the time who are, still out there killing it. But, Grey's has been a show and it's been like now 5 seasons.
Wow. Do you ever miss doing the personals and the events and all that kind of stuff?
I still get to do it sometime on the weekend.
I was going to say, I'm sure you do.
I do it. I do it for like, Katarina, Kim, Raver, just grooming I've done grooming for like Jake, Trevor. Like I do them outside of the show. So I think a lot of times when you're on a show, it helps if the talent knows that you're willing to do it on the weekend. If they work on the show, they can come to the show and get their makeup done and then go stay there.
Oh, yeah.
They're like, Tai, you at work?
Yeah. Can I swing by?
Can I swing by and get a little face for this event? Yeah, girl, come on.
Yeah.
So that kind of helped me because, I still love that red carpet moment.
Yeah.
So even though I work on the show and I have to do hospital makeup every day, of course I want to do a red carpet look. I'm like, please let me do a red carpet. Yeah. So like if someone calls me and I can do it, if it's a weekend or we're on hiatus, then I can do it. I get excited. I love the moment.
Yeah.
I live for those moments. So yeah.
It's kind of a perfect world at this point because you're getting to do a couple red carpets and getting people glammed up, but you also have the stability and the security of a job that is as legendary and iconic as Grey's.
Exactly. Like the show has been on for so long and people have so much respect for the show and the actors on the show. So it really is a full circle. Yeah. And then if I would have went home when I was trying to figure it out, then this wouldn't have been my plan. You know what I mean? So I'm very thankful and I'm glad I stayed out here and stayed the course. And now I'm able to like, give back in ways and share with other people how to get into the union and things that I didn't even know that I can now like share with someone who's trying to do what I do now.
Here's what I messed up.
Right.
Do this differently. Take my advice.
Right. Take my advice. Don't be like me.
Yeah.
Do it this way. Also, get into the union before Issa calls you. Figure that out so you can work on Insecure for the whole run.
The entire time.
The whole entire time as the show blows up, But I'm just so proud of her and her success and just it's one of those like, if I had known now, I probably would have been trying to get in back then, like more, just trying to figure it out.
So besides mainly getting into the union sooner, is there anything else looking back at your entire life so far? You have so much more to live, but your entire life so far that you would have changed? Anything you would have done differently? Besides maybe the union thing, which it still worked out the way it did.
Yeah, it still worked out the way it did. But I mean, I don't think so because everything, I think it all lined up the way it's supposed to. I was styling first and then I kind of got out of that. And then getting into makeup, I always knew how to do makeup. So I could always do both. So I feel like for me, I just tell people always to make sure you just, whatever your gut is telling you, do that. Like I said, I was torn between, Parsons and FIDM when I applied, but then you go where the yes is. And I feel like once FIDM accepted me, I'm like, LA it is. Wherever you see that it's moving forward and the moment is telling you yes, go there. Yeah. People sometimes don't take advice. If someone tells you something, like really think about what they say if it makes sense to you. If it's moving you forward, it's definitely good advice. Some people say, no, I'm not going to do that because like you kind of got to go where the yes is. When it's easy, because when I talk about my life, even talking to you about it right now, it seemed like maybe it was like all these open doors, but it was not. I had like a lot of doors closed, a lot of things that didn't happen for me, but those things didn't stop me from like still pursuing what I wanted to pursue.
Is that just because you loved it or because you got a yes that made you go, okay, I got to know over here, this door closed, but this window open.
Right.
Or was it just that drive?
It's the drive, but also like I knew I didn't want to be living out here just working a retail job.
Yeah.
So part of it was I'm not accepting this. Whatever I have to do to not be doing this, then I'm going to do it. Instead of saying, oh, well, that didn't work out. Let me just go back to Houston and then tuck my tail between my legs because, I remember one of my girlfriends, we're still friends to this day. She asked me when I first moved here, what's your plan B?
Yeah, I hate that question. I hate that question.
Now, she's a principal of a school right now. So it's like she's done her life, like her and her husband, they're like a perfect little, like their little cookie cutter, perfect life. She was a teacher. Now she's a principal.
Yeah.
You know, she has her house in the Woodlands. Like, you know, she's so perfect.
But that's a completely different trajectory. Completely different like, thought process, the way her brain thinks. You know,
she,
it's like
when she heard I moved here to like, she said, this is what she said, you moved there to chase celebrities? I said, girl, I'm not chasing nobody. She's like, but I'm just saying, Ty, what if that doesn't work out? Do you have a plan B? And I was like, I kind of don't. This is kind of going to be it for me.
Yeah.
It has to work.
Yeah.
You know, it has to work. And now that I'm like at the place where it has worked, I'm so thankful and grateful. And I'm like, been there, done that, bought the t-shirt. Like if you've ever had a list of things you want to do in your life and you check them off, everything that I said I wanted to do, I've done. You know what I'm saying? I'm so thankful. So now it's like at this stage, do I stay here and this is it for me? Or do I like, you know, pivot again and try to find something new that I can do, reinvent myself in a sense, you know what I mean? Because I was doing stuff way before social media.
Yeah.
So it's like funny to see like people now, all these followers, and they kind of just started doing things out here, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Versus me, like, and some other people who I know who are around back when there was no social media, like really grinding and putting in the work and who need their flowers, you know, which is why I just recently created a show for that purpose.
I was going to say, what do you have coming up next? What is in the future?
I'm working on a show right now where it gives artists their flowers. Basically, it's a spotlight on the glam team, the people behind the looks, you know, hair, makeup, wardrobe, anybody who's like making sure that those red carpet moments happen. So I created a show called Glam Crashers. Where I'm crashing glam sessions to kind of like get the scoop before, you know, the world sees it. Yeah. Before it's on TV, before it's on the red carpet. Like I'm trying to get a little behind the scenes and then like in a sense, highlight the artists afterwards. Like after the crash, then we sit down and talk to the artist about their journey. Kind of how you and I are talking now. Yeah. But you know, from that perspective.
And by artist, you mean the makeup artist.
Makeup artist.
I just wanted to clarify. Not makeup the celebrity, artist, the makeup artist.
Makeup artist, the hairstylist.
Yes.
The wardrobe person, the fashion stylist. Could be the eyebrow or whoever's in the room. Whoever makes the look happen can get an interview. You know what I mean? Because that's a big part of the person.
Huge. If celebrities didn't have our glam teams, you would not want to see what we look like.
Listen, some people might be like, Ty, you can crash, but just crash when I have half my face on. You know what I mean?
Well, that's the thing. I think some people might be like, I don't want people to see me with nothing on.
Yeah. But I mean, definitely, you know, I'm going to be, you know, crashing some people. You know what I mean? And I feel like, you know, right now, you know, it's just one of those times in life where we need like lighthearted content and fun. Absolutely. And just, you know, we're out here doing this, you know, Hollywood hasn't shut down yet. Hopefully it never does. But with all that's going on in the world, right, we don't know what's going to happen. But until things change, it's like we just need something to smile and laugh at and just be involved in, you know what I mean? Like just to kind of have a good time. Like I just want people to smile when they see the show.
I would also add inspiring. Like I really think being able to see people do what they love for a living, whether it's you following your love of styling and fashion or makeup or getting to crash a glam session where you're getting to see someone who loves hair and makeup or eyebrows or whatever they're having to do that day. Right. Trim a beard that they're like, they're the barber that comes on set and does it fantastic. Like it's really, I feel like inspiring to watch people do what they love and lead with passion. And I think that Glam Crashers is going to be able to showcase that. And the people that work behind the scenes, which I've always been like, please, can everyone know that there's 300 people behind the scenes making everything work?
Oh my gosh. The things, I mean, even with special effects, like I'm going to crash the people who, you know, make it possible for someone to look like they've lost a leg or they've been, you know, wounded. Like, I mean, the skill that it takes to make people look like that is beautiful. You know what I mean? And people don't even realize like that. I love when people who do these major movies like let you see like Stranger Things, like how they did like the behind the scenes of him becoming, you know, the monster that he was. You know, he has his little Starbucks, he's drinking his little drink, and he's all in makeup for like 14 hours. Like, you know, it's like a thing. You know what I mean? And like, I feel like those people who are doing that work and it comes across on screen so it's true. Like you believe it.
Yeah.
Because those people work that hard to make sure you believe it.
And they love it. I love working in those prosthetic teams, as I just did when I was on Grey's. I got to work with, I think one of the guys on that team worked on Stranger Things.
Really? And see, that is cool to me because I'm like,
so cool?
He's like a celebrity.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is.
Like you're looking at him being like, oh my gosh. And I was like, oh my gosh. And you guys, I mean, they're talking about working on the Odyssey. And I was like,
you're like,
they talked about working on Oppenheimer. I was like, I'm sorry, you worked on Oppenheimer.
Right,
You worked on that.
Oh my gosh.
I was like, can I ask questions? Like what, you know,
Right.
because there's something I find just something so inspiring about people doing what they love, but
Yes.
also when it's something that I never could understand. I could never do prosthetics, like ever. So when someone's like, yeah, you just do this and you just do this, and you just do this, I'm like, yeah.
That's not my wheelhouse either. I'm a beauty and makeup artist. And I mean, I'm not going to take nothing from anybody else.
Yeah.
Do I know how to do little stuff here and there? Yes.
Of course.
But am I Oppenheimer level? No.
But there is somebody out there who just loves it.
Who loves it.
And you get to see them work and do it and make a living at it. And everyone's got their stories. Sometimes they're like, yeah, I hated working this and I hate doing that.
Yes.
Everyone's got that story.
Everybody got that
But
story.
at the end of the day, you love makeup and styling and they love prosthetics and the other person might love doing, I mean, I had the guy that did my eyebrows for years, Calvin. He loved eyebrows. He was an eyebrow artiste. And I was like, yes.
Yes, you are.
Yes. But the fact that this show is going to really highlight them and to get to see it in real time because you're coming in and watching them do the work.
Yes.
So let alone are you hearing their story, you're also watching them work their magic. And I think this is a brilliant idea the second you told me. I'm so excited for where it's going to go. I think like you said, the world needs it right now. I need something that puts a smile on my face, inspires me. And also I learn a little something.
Get some tips behind the scenes, you know?
Yeah.
And I feel like most people, it seems like it may be a job to some. Like, oh, I'm just going to work, you know, but you don't even realize like the work is so fulfilling.
So fulfilling.
Once you see your work on camera or like I was just like, even when the Grey's Anatomy billboards come out and I'm like, dang, like I did that person's face. And they're all over the city. It just does something to you because you're like, you feel like you're a part of something. And you know, I don't take it for granted that I'm like, have my work plastered places. That's why when I saw that picture of Venus and Serena with him, I was like, oh my God.
And cut it and everything.
Right. I'm like, they made the magazine. Like it could be any little piece. If any of my clients ever make a magazine, I'm cutting it out. It's like a little, because it's like a back in the day, you call it like a tear sheet.
Yeah.
You can put in your portfolio.
Yeah.
Like my work made it to a magazine. Yeah. Magazines are, you know, kind of getting like, you know, less and less, you know, out there, which is, you know, with media, social media. But I mean, I just love like when you're like at the airport looking and you turn the page and like, there's your work.
Yeah.
You're like, oh my God, like this made it. That's why I love to do, you know, certain things because I want to see it again. You know, if I can't find it online or find it on Getty or find it on Wire, I can maybe find it in a magazine somewhere. Yeah. So, you know, those things like mean a lot to me. Like those are worth more than like money. Those memories of those pictures of you have a story. Each time you work on something, you have a story. Like, oh, I remember I worked on that. This was a funny day. You know what I mean? Like, it's like little things that it brings you back to. So I feel like every artist has those moments. Like, you know, they're just not going to work. They're going to create a story. There's people who do this stuff just for a living, and there's people who like live to do it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And it makes all the difference.
It does. It shows.
It shows.
Yep.
It shows. You know, once the person hits the carpet, you're like, oh, that team is on point. That team they serious about what they do.
Yeah.
You know, so that's why I'm doing that.
I love it. I'm excited for what's to come. I love that you collect these, like, it's essentially snapshots that you just have so much pride over. You're like, I did that.
Yes, it is so much pride. Like, I'm watching episodes and I can go back and look at them over and over again. Like, I love this scene. Look at how pretty her face looked in this scene. Wow. You know?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I loved this conversation so much. I'm sorry I cried a little bit in there. We have some food to eat now.
It's okay. Because I didn't want to cry because I already know I ugly cry. I'm like, okay, I'm trying to keep it together, suck in and be cute at the same time. I can't be crying, Danielle. Look,
I'm sorry.
I'm learning how to be like, you know, being around actresses all the time. I'm like, I learned how to like keep it together.
Keep it together. Don't show it. Obviously, don't take it from me because I'm over here like almost crying then. But it was beautiful to hear your whole story and to know where you're going from here and to hear about your son and to hear about your life and to hear about your amazing, amazing circle of friends. Not just, famous people. Like you can tell you are surrounded by so many people that love you and that you love them back and these friendships that last forever. And the fact that you have this perseverance and strength and determination and drive to pivot every step of your career, which is, I think, was the one thing that stood out to me, is it's almost like you're constantly loving to be being challenged a little bit. Would you say that? Yeah.
I mean, I'm not the type that will just like wait on something to happen to me.
Yeah.
I kind of make it happen. Yeah. And that's something I tell my son, like, you can't wait on things to happen for you. You kind of have to like, you know, which is why there's so many like young millionaires. These kids wake up with ideas and they're like, I want to do this and I want to create this. I've created Snapchat. If you have something that you want to do, just do it.
Yeah.
Why do you have to wait you know, like, you know, when you're younger, you think, I got to do this first. Like, there's things in steps.
Yeah.
We go to school, you know, we get our degree.
Yep.
We do all these things. So they like, it's almost like things are in steps. No one's steps have to be the same.
No.
Like, it's 13-year-old millionaires because they got up and they started using YouTube properly.
Yeah.
Now they're reviewing toys and games for people and they're making all this money. Like, they found their passion.
Yeah.
They just started to do. They didn't think about it. They didn't wait on it. So, you know, like I tell my son, like, just do. Don't wait on someone to tell you, okay, so this is what you have to do. No, just do.
Yeah.
You know, I was doing it. Barbie had clothes when I was 6. I just started doing.
Yeah.
I didn't wait on my mom to go buy the outfits from the store. I just started making them. You know what I mean? Like, you just have to start doing. Once you start doing, and then really, like I said, the yes is important. Like, I could have been like, you know, oh no, I don't want to do that when Tina asked me to style the girls. I'm like, okay, I had never done it before. Yeah. But I'll do it. You know, I'm going to say, if I like it, I'm going to say yes. Who wouldn't want to go shopping? I like to shop.
Did you say that there's something about this? Do you feel, I guess the way I'm trying to frame this is, do you feel you are someone who is afraid of failure? Because that to me is someone who's fearless.
Ooh, I'm not afraid of failure. I'm afraid of not doing what was in my spirit. Yeah. Like, I don't ever want to be like, I could have had a show called Glam Crashers, but I didn't even try. Yeah. You know, and I talked to some friends of mine about that, and I'm like, what is the thing? Like, I feel like I failed if I didn't even attempt to do it. Yeah. So yeah, whether I fail or not, if I want to open up a bookstore tomorrow and no one comes in there and buys a book, I open the bookstore. You know what I mean? So now I'm like, I didn't fail. I did what I said I wanted to do. Yeah. Did somebody buy some books? Mm-mm. Did I have any sales? Mm-mm. But the bookstore was open. So that was the check. Yeah. You know, so I feel like I don't think I'm afraid of failure. I just don't want to ignore the passion. Like, I can't sleep until it's done. Like, I couldn't sleep till those brushes were out. Like, I was working on them until they were out. But now that they're out, you know, it's like, okay, they're out now. On to the next thing. But if I had never done it and somebody else came out with the 5 steps to flawless years later, I've been like, you know what? I had that idea. Yeah. I ignored it. So just don't ignore the things that keeps you up at night. You can't ignore it because you don't know where that could lead you. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. You know, so and step out on faith. You know what I mean? Don't be afraid to like speak those things over yourself and then ask people like my boss told me, I ain't gonna tell you what to do, but follow your dream. I'm like, okay. You know, because she couldn't tell me advice, you know. Yeah. She wasn't my mom. She was just my boss. And I'm glad I went ahead and said, I'll put my 2 weeks in today. Yeah. And it was like perfectly timed out to when I was off, I was able to go with Venus. Wow. But if I was just like scared to ask her that, then I would have never did that. You know what I mean? So it's like, you got to kind of just like, when your gut is talking to you, like you have to kind of listen, you know what I mean? And just like lean into it. So.
And thank you for that. It's so true. I'm not even going to say anything you said it perfectly. And for anyone listening, I hope that resonates with them. Do you want to eat some food?
I do.
So I said, what do you want to eat? You said, I'm on a health kick. I want to have some salmon. I'm like, okay, great. I'm going to get some salmon from this local place nearby. And you show up with this beautiful charcuterie board. Hold on, let me show it one more time. This beautiful charcuterie board in the letter D. I can only lift it so high or stuff's going to fall out. You show up with this charcuterie board and I'm like, well, I got the salmon salad. What are we supposed to do? I put this out thinking we might eat it during. Usually we don't because people get self-conscious. So we didn't, but we will be eating this after with some wine and getting to even talk even more. But I'm going to go get the salmon for us that I got.
Bless the food real quick. Bless the food. Lord, bless the food I'm about to receive. May it knows our bodies. Bless the hands prepared in Jesus' name. Amen. Bless the food.
I have not prayed before eating since I was probably a kid. I loved that. And all of a sudden it all came back to me. I wanted to be like, what is it? Wait.
My son get all long-winded. Bless all the people that need to eat. Lord, thank you so much for keeping them fed. Bless I'm like, son, just bless the food. Bless the hands. So
we can eat.
We can eat. Bless the hands that prepared it. You know, may it nourish and strengthen our body. Amen. Like, come on, you got to bless the food. You know?
I do. I miss that.
You know, just, you know, every now and again, you know what I'm saying? Bless the food.
Try a little salmon.
That's good.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
the cucumber is delicious.
So good. The salmon is so good. Okay. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Waffles or tacos?
Ooh. You know what? Waffles.
Romantic comedy or a psychological thriller?
See, you're asking the first one was two things I love. Second one, two things I love, but
It's going to be like that, I think, the whole time.
romantic comedy.
Fresh flowers or scented candles?
Scented candles.
A quiet bookstore or a loud concert?
Quiet bookstore.
Golden hour or midnight?
Golden hour.
Apologize first or wait for an explanation?
Wait for apologize first.
Silk or leather?
Leather.
People pleaser or truth teller?
Truth teller.
Warm hug or a firm handshake?
Warm hug.
Ask for permission or ask for forgiveness?
Ask for forgiveness.
Doubt yourself or double down?
Double down.
Emotional or analytical?
Emotional.
Safety or risk?
Risk.
Second chances or one strike and you're out?
Second chances.
Write the hero or write the villain?
Write the hero.
Heart on your sleeve or cards close to your chest?
Heart on my sleeve.
Seek advice or trust your gut?
Trust my gut.
Nostalgia or the future?
Future.
Forgiveness or boundaries?
Boundary.
Team player or lone wolf?
Team player.
Sweet talk or real talk?
Real talk.
Keep the peace or start the conversation?
Start the conversation.
Validation or results?
Results.
Morning cuddle or morning workout?
Morning cuddle.
Cozy cabin or penthouse suite?
Penthouse suite.
Vulnerability or strength?
Vulnerability.
Be the muse or be the mastermind?
Be the muse.
Classic or trendsetter?
Trendsetter.
Small circle or power network?
Small circle.
Sugarcoat it or give it to me straight?
Give it to me straight.
I think you're the second person who's had this, but you are both sweet and savory.
Really?
You are down the line. You are exactly 50% each.
Oh, sweet and savory.
I loved every second of this.
Me too.
Seriously. Thank you, Tai, so much for being on the podcast.
Thank you for having me.
So excited for Glam Crashers. Whatever else the future holds. Because
I'm gonna crash you too.
Oh, I can't wait. I was expecting it. I was like, when's it gonna happen, Tai? Thank you, Tai.
Thank you.